If you've ever wondered why smart, capable employees suddenly become stubborn and resistant when you announce changes, it just might have a little insight. The reason has nothing to do with their attitude and everything to do with a 200,000-year-old survival system that's still running their brains. And yours, incidentally. I was recently in a boardroom with a CEO who was completely frustrated. She was saying something like, "Rebecca, we have brilliant people, but every time we try to implement something new, they act like we're asking them to jump off a cliff. What is wrong with them?" Nothing. Nothing's wrong with them. They're doing exactly what human brains are designed to do when they're faced with uncertainty. Protect themselves from potential threats. Here's what most change management consultants don't understand. When employees hear about organizational changes, their amygdala, the brain's alarm system, starts screaming, "Danger, danger, danger," because change equals unknown outcomes, and unknown outcomes trigger our survival instincts. Think about the last time you had a major shakeup in life. Remember that feeling in the pit of your stomach? That's not weakness. That's your ancient brain trying to keep you alive. When your brain detects change, it activates the same neural pathways that our ancestors used when facing real predators. The logical part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, basically goes offline. This is why rational arguments about change and the benefits they bring often fail. You're asking a stressed out brain to embrace uncertainty, which goes against millions of years of evolution. To really help someone through change, you first have to meet them where they are. So I've identified 3 types of change resistance. Cognitive resistance, this doesn't make sense. Emotional resistance, this feels threatening. And biological resistance, this feels overwhelming. Most change management only addresses the first type, which, as mentioned before, isn't useful when we're trying to make logical arguments with a brain that is cognitively offline. The real breakthrough happens when you begin to address all 3 forms of change resistance. The first step is to face the resistance directly. Don't dismiss it. Don't minimize it. Resistance contains valuable data about your implementation process. I tell leadership teams, your employees aren't being difficult. They're being human. Making this resistance feel normal is useful in reducing it. So normalize it. Invite that tiger in for tea. Next, address the emotional resistance by transferring threat to possibility and collaboration. The same energy that creates pushback can become problem-solving momentum when people feel supported and like they're all in it together. Instead of "this change is scary," we can practice "this change is challenging and we're going to figure it out together." Then finally, address the biological resistance by addressing the overwhelm. Resistance can become rocket fuel when you break down change into really small, manageable chunks. People shut down and fight back when they don't feel heard or understood. So we can quickly jump to learned helplessness and shut down. To avoid this, give agency to individuals to make meaningful, small changes that lead to bigger ones. When people feel like they have more control in the change, they stop using their energy to fight you and start using it to succeed. Broadly, here's what this might look like in practice. Next time you're announcing a change, try this first. Acknowledge the difficulty. Say something like, "I know this feels like a lot. Change is hard and your concerns make complete sense." Then ask what they're worried about. Really listen. Don't immediately jump to solutions or conclusions. And finally, ask how they'd like to solve the problems they've identified. Watch their resistance energy transform into problem-solving energy. Remember, resistance isn't your enemy. It's your most engaged employees telling you what needs attention.